Hey, I'm Linda Sittig, and I'm a historical writer. I write novels and I write a blog about strong women. And I choose to highlight the strong women from the past who should have become famous but didn't. Like Isabelle Romée from France, whose story is so compelling it deserves to be told. My blog, strongwomeninhistory.com, is now in its 9th year and followed in over 64 countries. Each month, I take one woman that most people have never heard of. I research her, and then I tell her story of her extraordinary life and the accolades that she should have deserved while she was alive. I got started writing about strong women because of my great-grandfather's first wife. I discovered Ellen Canavan and how she had helped my great-grandfather to design a special cloth for the soldiers in the Civil War for their uniforms and sold the cloth to the federal government. He made so much money doing that he became very wealthy. Unfortunately, Ellen died at age 29 and was buried without her own name. So I decided I had to resurrect her story, and that became my first novel, Cut from Strong Cloth, published by Freedom Forge Press. The novel did so well telling the story of Ellen and the Civil War that I decided I should research other strong women, and that's how I found Annie Charbonneau. In 1894, Annie Charbonneau is living in a coal mining village in western Maryland when she discovers that the coal company is preying on the most vulnerable women in the town. Annie decides to go after the coal company, but unfortunately brings the evil to her own front door. That story of Annie became Last Curtain Call. I decided to keep going with my great-grandfather's first wife's family, and I decided my third novel would be about Maggie Canavan when she went to New York City in 1918 to take art lessons. And once Maggie's in Greenwich Village, living there and taking art lessons, she discovers the women's movement, the sweatshop factories scandals, and the flu pandemic, all of which affect her life. Now, as a historical writer, one of your challenges is how much research to bring in and how much to omit. So I decided first and foremost, the most important thing is to tell a good story. So I wove into Counting Crows about the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire that killed 146 young girls, mostly immigrants, in a 15-minute span because their sweatshop factory did not have any fire safety measures installed. And I included the 1918 flu pandemic in the story after I read that 33,000 New Yorkers in New York City died from the flu. I knew all of this was going to affect Maggie's life living in Greenwich Village. You may be curious about the title, Counting Crows. It's an old Irish superstition. So when crows come down out of the sky, you count them. 1 crow means sorrow, 2 crows means mirth, 3, a wedding, 4, a birth, 5 means silver, and 6 means gold, and 7 crows, then there's a secret that can never be told. And if you want to find out the secret, you're going to have to read Counting Crows. I love learning new information and weaving it into my stories, and I'm going to share one with you from my research that the American women in 1918 who were campaigning for the right to vote, they were called suffragists, not suffragette. So now you've learned something new too. If you'd like to learn more about me, you can research me on my website, lindasittig.com, where you can find out about my past, other things I've written, and you can contact me for speaking engagements. I love to come out and talk to history clubs and women's clubs and book groups about strong women from the past. I'm going to end with a quote from Horace Mann, an educator who said that a house without books is like a room without windows. I hope your homes are filled. Thank you.